Okay, morning everybody. My apologies for starting a few minutes late. We're just getting everybody seated and so on. And apologize for the weather. I couldn't control that piece, but once again, my name is Seve. Ghose. I'm the Director of Metro Parks and Recreation in Louisville. Glad you could make it. It's a great occasion. And thank you for being here. So, in working with the Nancy Lieberman Charities in partnership with WorldVentures Foundation, we have teamed up with Louisville Metro Police Department and the Metro Parks and Recreation Department to provide a dream court as part of our Kids and Cops initiative. Historically, sports have served as a unifying force. Regardless of race, color, or creed, competition through sports has always allowed us to see past our differences to achieve a common goal and overcome adversity. Outwardly, sports affect our community, allowing families and spectators alike to connect in ways we could never imagine. This state-of-the-art play space will provide children a safe play space to learn and grow, as well as bridge the relationship and communication between the Louisville Metro Police Department and the communities they serve to protect daily. And now I would like to introduce our Honorable Mayor, Mayor Fisher, to say a few words, please.
Thanks, Seve, and welcome to all of our young leaders here today. Appreciate you guys showing up, so I hope you're going to hoop it up a little bit here later and show us who the next Rajon Rondo is going to be, or Derek Anderson, or leader in the classroom, too. So thank you, guys. Okay, beautiful court, Nancy. Thank you so much for helping us as a city. We know that we're a big basketball city and a basketball state, and we love our hoops. And so when I learned about this opportunity to partner with one of the legends of basketball, Nancy Lieberman, I said, we have got to do this. It all started with a discussion with one of Nancy's great friends, Lonnie Ali. So Nancy has been lifelong friends of Nancy and Muhammad, of Lonnie and Muhammad. And Lonnie was saying, do you think we could use any new basketball courts in the West around where Muhammad grew up? And Dee Dee, I said, absolutely. What do you got in mind? She goes, well, I've got a friend, and I think she would like to help us remember Muhammad and his legacy and help all the kids in our community as well. So that's how we hooked up with Nancy Lieberman, and she's going to tell the rest of the story, I'm sure. I want to thank Nancy Lieberman Charities, the WorldVentures Foundation, and Fairway Independent Mortgage for partnering with the city and LMPD under the leadership of Chief Conrad over here, and our command staff and all of our men and women of LMPD. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, guys, to make this possible. And when you think about what we're doing as a city where we combine our learning goals, our health goals, our compassion goals, it all comes together here on the Dream Court in a very powerful way. We know that sports are really important for health and social development, and a basketball court is a natural gathering place for us as a community. We just finished up the fabulous world-renowned Dirt Bowl this past weekend, so huge gathering at Shawnee Park for that, and watched all over the country for outdoor basketball. Central High School, the Yum Center, wherever we gather, it's fun for basketball. Also, we want to create environments that are safe places for our kids where they can come together and have a good time together and interact with LMPD officers. You'll be hearing from Nancy about the importance of the strategy here between our youth and our team from LMPD, so we see that we are all in this here together. It has to remind us of one of the great stories in the history of our city, when there was a young cat that was born on Grand Avenue. His name was Cassius Clay, and how old was he, John? Was he, when he met Joe Martin, was he 13, 12? 12 years old. So here, some of you guys are around 12. Cassius Clay, later known as Muhammad Ali, at the age of 12 years old. If you remember, he was riding his bike around town. Somebody stole his red Schwinn. He was upset, just like you all would be if somebody stole your bike. He walked up to a police officer, and he said, I'm going to whoop whoever stole my bike. And that police officer said, well, you better learn how to box first, son. And so Joe Martin was Cassius Clay's first coach. So hopefully we'll have a lot of that kind of interaction here on the court as well, with police officers helping our city here just like they do throughout our city every day. What we want is we want people to get engaged. whether you're LMPD who's engaged every day or just anybody, we ask them to be the one. That's what this means up here on the front of the podium. We want you to be the one to make a difference and making every neighborhood safe and healthy here in our community. A woman that's done that her whole life is Nancy Lieberman. Nancy is at the top of the game in both amateur and professional basketball and the development of our sports in general and for women in particular around this country. She's broken all kinds of barriers. She's done things you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to be a female coach in the NBA. Nancy, what are you doing? She shows everybody what's possible with hard work, determination, and a vision, and not seeing any barriers or any boundaries out there. So, Nancy, you're a world-class person that's represented us in a world-class way. You remind us a lot of your friend Muhammad, who was born just a couple miles from here as well. So I was really touched when you reached out and said you wanted to do something for him here in our city. So thank you for what you've done through your big goals, your hard work, and your hard-earned reputation as well. We really appreciate you and look forward to working with you on many projects to come. So let's give it up for Nancy Lieberman here, folks. Good job. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mayor. Next up will be our Chief Conrad. Obviously, we would like to thank again, as the Mayor already said, all our men and women in uniform that serve to protect, work to protect us daily around the city of Louisville and in the county here. And to show appreciation, we'd like to invite our Chief of Police, Steve Conrad, to the podium, please.
Thank you. Hey, good morning. What a wonderful day this is for our community, and it is, as the mayor said, so great to see you all. I got to tell you, I'm looking around the crowd, and you all are the only ones who dressed right for the day. You're dressed to play basketball, and your clothes look a lot cooler than ours do. You did a great job today. Thank you for being here. You know, so often when the community sees a group of police officers together, they assume something terrible has happened, and that the police are there to try to handle that situation. And you know, what's different about today is we're here to celebrate this amazing gift to our community, and not just to our community, but more particularly to the Park Duvalle neighborhood, where we're sitting right in the middle of now. You know, I truly want to thank the Nancy Lieberman Charities and Nancy Lieberman personally for creating this venue, which, you know, I see as an opportunity to bring police officers and kids together. And what's important about doing that is we're able to do it in a non-threatening environment where we can hopefully get to know one another. And, you know, when police officers and kids get together on a court like this, what we hope is that kids get to see police officers for who they are as people, as opposed to what they do for a living. And I think getting to know one another is really, really the bottom line. I mean, this court provides that opportunity for us to not only get to know one another, but hopefully to start trusting one another. And when we start trusting one another, we can do anything in this community. And those trusting relationships between police officers and kids have the opportunity and the potential to make Louisville safer, not only today, but hopefully for many, many years to come. Once again, I thank the Nancy Lieberman Charities and Nancy Lieberman for bringing this to us, and we are very, very excited about the opportunity to get out and play games with these kids and other kids for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Just to give you a few facts about the Nancy Lieberman, the Dream Court. This will be court number 39 today. Another 15 are scheduled to open in the next 15 months, or in the next 12 months across the U.S. And obviously, this could not be possible without other partnerships in place too. So Sport Court, and then the staff at Ventures Foundation, the WorldVentures local and national reps, and then obviously the whole partnership also would not be available or possible without the hard work of our department staff, Metro Parks and Recreation, our local vendor, Pat's here from Aztec Flooring, that put the court together, and others in the community that played a major role in making this happen. I would like to call upon the podium right now John Ramsey, our radio and TV personality, to say a few remarks.
Sure, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here to speak here at this Dream Court, but I'm here to represent the Ali family, both Lonnie and Muhammad, and this is the kind of thing that I love seeing because it continues the legacy of Muhammad and Lonnie and the dreams that they have for Louisville and particularly this part of town. You know, Muhammad Ali belonged to the world, there's no question, but this is Cassius Clay country, and Cassius Clay belongs to Louisville. And this positive kind of movement, the agenda and mission that is here with the Dream Court would certainly make Muhammad so happy. Now, I am positive he's looking down now and is very, very thrilled with what is going on here. A lot of similarities between Nancy and Muhammad. The mayor mentioned about them being friends. They were. I was talking to Lonnie today, and she said, please have Nancy tell you the story when she was 12 years old and what Muhammad said to her and how he inspired her. They were both pioneers. Both of them won Olympic gold medals at the age of 18. At that time, and it may still hold true, Nancy, I think you were the youngest American basketball player to ever win an Olympic gold medal. Muhammad was 18 as well. They called her Lady Magic because of her ability on the court. Muhammad loved magic. But more than that, I think it's the content of their heart. Both are accomplished athletes, there's no question. Nancy may be the GOAT in her sport, the greatest of all time. A lot of people consider, and I think most people here among them, Muhammad to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time in his sport. But what really made them transcend their sports are efforts like this. And to go beyond their sport and to make a difference in communities like this one. I want to congratulate Nancy and her efforts because this is the 39th court that she has built around the country. So she is not new to doing this and making a difference around the United States. We're certainly honored to have this one here in Louisville. I think something that it's worthy of mention, and I think I've lost the attention of the kids, but just real quickly, and I'll make this quick. Don't get me wrong, this is fantastic. I'm so happy this court is here, but there's a story I often tell. This is where you learn teamwork and you learn leadership. And this is where you make memories and make friends, and that's all very important. But I always tell the story of my friend Vince Taylor when I get in front of school children because Vince Taylor was Mr. Kentucky basketball. He was an incredible player. He played at Duke under Mike Krzyzewski, but he never got to play a minute on a professional court. And he was the top 0.5% of basketball players in this state, which is saying a lot. With that being said, if these kids are in the top 10%, the top 15% of their class, their ability to be successful is unbelievable. I mean, their odds of being successful are great, whereas someone like Vince Taylor in that 0.5% just couldn't make. Now, Nancy, she was gifted. Muhammad, he was gifted, and certainly we hope something like that can happen on these courts. But I hope it's where they make memories, where they make friends, and make a difference. If Muhammad were here today, he'd say, my name is Muhammad, and here is the latest. I'm here at the Dream Court because I think it's the greatest. If you're going to be an athlete, I'll give you 2 scoops. Don't box Ali. Don't take Nancy on in hoops. It's not about the poems. It's not about the rhymes. It's about finding your passion to be the greatest of all times. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Next up is our chief guest, so to speak, Nancy Lieberman. It was her dream at a very young age to be on a basketball court, and she drew upon her upbringing to provide the kids in underserved areas with opportunities to play. It's my pleasure to introduce Nancy Lieberman. Nancy Lieberman, Charities founder, Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famer, 2-time Olympian, and second woman ever to be hired into the NBA as an assistant coach. Okay. Okay. Did we change that? Oh, sorry. Okay. My apologies. I skipped ahead a little bit. So we do not have Jessica Green, our councilwoman, here today. So the next up would be Jason McPherson, local branch manager for the Fairway Independent Mortgage, to say a few remarks.
Thank you, everyone. Being a part of the community is more important today than maybe it's ever been. I'm a firm believer that to truly be a part of this community, you have to be willing to give back to the community. So on behalf of all the Fairway Independent Mortgage employees across the nation, I'm very proud, I'm very honored to help with this Dream Court and to be a part of this community. Thank you.
Since I skipped ahead with the introductions, I'll ask Nancy to come up and say a few words. Thank you, Nancy.
Hi, everybody. I've been to this town many, many times, but I will say that when I came here, I think it was June, for Muhammad's funeral, it was hard. It was hard because I had known about Louisville, it seems like my whole life. I knew about what this city meant to Muhammad Ali, and if it meant something to if it meant something to Muhammad, it meant something to me. You guys say a lot of nice things about me. And I've had a great career. And I've overcome the odds. But when I met Muhammad Ali, it changed the game for me. See, I'm a white woman from a one-parent family growing up in New York. I'm a white kid from the 60s and 70s. There was no Title IX, there was no gender equity, there were no scholarships for women. At 10 years old, I saw this man on TV, and he said, I'm the greatest of all time. I beat Joe Frazier like I beat George Foreman, like I beat Sonny Liston back in 1964. I'm too pretty not to be the champion of the world. I am the greatest of all times. I saw this man on this TV. And I went right into the kitchen to my mother, and I said, I'm going to be the greatest of all times. I'm going to knock you out in 2 rounds. She goes, I am your mother. I'm going to knock you out in 1 round. I don't know what I'm going to do to him. She goes, him's your brother. I go, he's in trouble. I got so tired of being told I was stupid, I was dumb, I was never going to make anything of myself. Why are you in the schoolyard playing with black kids? Why are black kids coming into this house? I mean, I got tired of people judging me and profiling me and my friends. Muhammad Ali became my eyes. He became my passion. He gave me a vision of what I could be. I started going into Rucker Park in Harlem shortly thereafter. And I'd walk into the park where I just finished the 50-year anniversary, Saturday and Sunday, going back to Rucker in Harlem. And I'd walk into this park, and everybody would look at me and like, little girl, are you lost? I said, no, are you? I ain't lost. I'm supposed to be here. I want to get good. And they nicknamed me Fire before I was Lady Magic because I had this fiery personality. And really, what Muhammad taught me as a young person, he taught me to respect everybody but to fear nobody. And I took that seriously. When I was told I was too young to make the Olympic team in 1976 because I was in high school, I made the Olympic team. He taught me to love me. He taught me to believe in me. Then I got a scholarship to go to college and play at Old Dominion, and everybody said, you'll never win, you'll never do this. There's a lot of naysayers out there. You got to stay around the people who are going to empower you to be positive. Don't listen to those people. You have that choice. So I go to college, and Old Dominion didn't win a championship. We won 2. We won back-to-back championships. We were 72-2. And on this amazing day in December of 1979, John, I wish you were there. I was 19. And I'm asked to do an appearance for the Olympic Committee, a fundraiser at the New York Stock Exchange. So I go with my mom and my best friend, Barbara. And I'm feeling good about myself. We had just won our championship. I'm Player of the Year in college basketball. And I said to the guy at the Stock Exchange, who's the other athlete? He goes, Muhammad Ali. I'm like, he's here? He's here? And they take me up into the green room. There he was. I couldn't breathe. And my mother, my little Jewish 5'3" mother, she goes over to him. She goes, Mr. Muhammad, how are ya? I'm Minnie Lieberman from Far Rockaway, Queens. And she has her arm around his neck. And he's probably like, lady, get off my neck. And she goes, my daughter Nancy, she's the greatest of all times. And he goes, look, lady, there's only one greatest of all times, and it's me. She goes, I know you're good, but my daughter is the greatest. And he calls me over, and I was so, oh my gosh. So I walk over, and my head's down. I can't look at him in the eye. And he goes, your mom says that you're really good. And I'm like Mr. Muhammad, no, like I'm the greatest of all times. And he looks at me and he goes, there's two of us? I said, yeah, and I hit people too. And he goes, you might not want to do that. I said, you get paid to hit people, but I'm from New York, so I just hit people. He said there would never be a day in my lifetime that he would not be in my life. John, you got those memories. They're indelible. We have so many memories. This guy was there every step of the way for me. He taught me how to love me before I loved me. He taught me to believe in me before I truly believed in me. He taught me to be philanthropic. He taught me to lead with love. Everybody thought Muhammad Ali was racist. There's not a racist bone in that man's body. He was all about love. He was all about compassion. He was all about, nobody loved Muhammad Ali more than Muhammad Ali. He just loved being with people. He taught me this at a young age. His wife, Lonnie Ali, is my sister. She gave us access and proximity to Muhammad. She could have hid him from us later in life, but she didn't. She shared us. She shared him with us. I'm just grateful and humbled and have so much gratitude that when Lonnie called me and she says, I'd like you to call, Mayor Fisher. And you were so kind and you had such belief and trust in me in a phone call. And, we really need to have that with one another. And then I get on the phone, with Chief Conrad. And you might not have known really who I was. You might be able to Google me as an athlete. But I'm a mom of a great kid, 23-year-old. And we actually care about other people. And we want to change the world. And the only way that we can change the world is if we connect. If I'm a better me, we'll be a better we. If we're a better we, we'll be a better they. And then exponentially, we get to change the world. Because, as I've said before, I've been white for 59 years. You know that. But it doesn't mean that I can't love you and I can't care about you. Dee here, we played against each other. Come on over here. She was short when I met her in 1980. And she's still short. But she's powerful. And she's here in Louisville. And I got a lot of friends here, from the Crum family, who's legendary, to Rajan Rondo, who I adore, and had this amazing opportunity to coach. You talked about Derek Anderson. There's amazing people in this town. I'm really honored and humbled to be here. See, I'm a point guard, and point guards make people better. So, I get my name on a court. I can't do this without WorldVentures and WorldVentures Foundation. That's just the reality of it. If I don't have great teammates, we can't do that. If John doesn't show up, if Mayor doesn't show up, he's busy. It's a hot day. If Chief doesn't show up, we can't do this. If Fairway Independent Mortgage and Jason and the Fairway team, they don't show up, we don't get the support that we need. If Pat doesn't put this court together, look how beautiful this court is. If she doesn't do this with her team, we don't get to affect these beautiful children's lives. See, this is not about me. This is not about us. This is about the kids. Because we need a place to congregate. We need a place to make friends. It doesn't matter, because right now, if I picked 3 of those kids and we played 3 of you and we look different, we are now called teammates. And teammates have blind faith, they have trust, they have love, and it's an attitude. And the only difference between a good day and a bad day is your attitude and your belief. Don't let people tell you what you can't be. You got to tell people what you can be. I am a living example. You got people here that are pulling for you. I mean, look at all these people here, from the media to the Park and Rec to Seve to everybody. Everybody's here. You know, I came in here last night and Lonnie Ali called me and we were talking, and the first thing she said, okay, you need to have some people with you. So she picked up the phone and called her buddy, you know, Detective Fry, Detective Dale. Thank you guys. You know, thank you for being with us, for being, you know, in lockstep with us. I mean, we can't do this without you. The officers in blue, we are deeply indebted to you. You put it on the line for us every single day. And man, I mean, you get such a bad rap sometimes. You are heroes. You're not our adversary, you're our heroes. They're willing to take a bullet for us. Look, life is not perfect. There are not perfect people. But we have got to believe in one another. This is your court that you're dedicating to your community. And we will humbly stand behind you. This is not the first and the last. We're going to do more. We're going to do more for your kids. This is just the beginning of the process. Again, I get a lot of the, you know, atta girl, the pat on the back. Cody Lang, stand up. Stand up so everybody can see you. Cody Lang has been working on this for months with Tiffany Pinson from my charity. They did all the work, actually. You know, I think Mayor Fisher said, you know, we get here, anybody who gets up to speak does the least amount of work. I agree with you. Cody Lang, thank you for everything you've done for the city of Louisville, for the Louisville Metro Police Department. I am greatly indebted to you for your passion. This is a 23-year-old. He's the future with you guys. There's so many people here, but I want to go back, and I want to go back to Lonnie. Lonnie's not only my friend, but, you know, she's my shero. There's so much going on in this world that's negative. You have a chance to change the narrative. You get a chance to use the most powerful word that I'm aware of, and it's no. No, I'm not smoking that. No, I'm not getting in that car. No, I'm not doing this. But you have to feel so strong about yourself. You have to feel so powerful about yourself to be able to use that word. And as you know, that song, The Greatest Love of All, I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is inside of me. You have to love you. Muhammad taught me to love me at a young age. He taught me to believe in me, not just because I was Nancy Lieberman, the basketball player, because I would be able to impact this world. You can impact this world. Lonnie does every day. There's some crazy people out there. We might not change some of those people, like in Charlottesville. We might not. But we get a chance to put our thumbprint on who we are and be who you are in the light that you are in the dark. Just Be that light, be that spirit, have an effect on people. See, y'all don't know me very well, right? My smile makes you smile. It doesn't cost anything. My smile makes you smile. It's free. Be that light to other people. Change people's lives. It could be a touch. It could be a smile. It could be a high five. Be that person that's different. You don't have to fall in line just to be liked. It's okay if they don't follow you on Twitter. It's okay if they defriend you or you're not on Instagram or Snapchat. Of course, I am. Don't worry about that. Just be true to yourself. That's why we're here today. We're here because your life matters. All lives matter. Black lives matter. But we have to communicate with each other. We've got to keep the conversation going. We've got to keep Muhammad Ali's memory and Lonnie's memory alive. We are going to change Louisville. We're going to do it together. I'm going to be this city's favorite sister. Of course, I've just forced myself on you, Mayor. And I love it here. I'm coming back. I'm not coming back for funerals. I'm coming back for celebrations. And I thank you so much. Just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to do something special for someone who loved this city dearly and changed my life. So on behalf of the Louisville Metro Police, Mayor Fisher, WorldVentures, their foundation, my Nancy Lieberman Charities, my friends who I just adore at Fairway Independent Mortgage, Sport Court, just thank you. Thank you for the Park and Rec, and just thank you for allowing me to come here today with Cody Lang and to be a small part of what you guys are doing here. We're going to change the world. We get to do it as a team. And I know about teamwork and I know about winning. And we're going to do this together. So I will say to you, please be well. God bless each and every one of you. And kids, you've got to promise me something. All right? If you see a police officer, go up to that police officer and give him a hug and give him a high five and give her, just say thank you. I mean, every day they put it on the line. I need all the kids here. This is your court, matter of fact. I need y'all right here. This is yours. This is not ours. I'm going to ask the community to please take care of this court. If you see people lighting firecrackers or graffiti or trying to mess it up, what are you going to say? Stop. This is ours. Have ownership of this court. It's no longer ours. It's yours. You ask people with kindness, please don't do this to our court because we need this. We need to come together as a team. Is that fair? Yes. All right. And I will ask you all just to, pray for the Sacramento Kings. We're young, okay? Be well, like I said, God bless. Thank you so much for just allowing us to be a part of your day. Thank you. And I think Seve, we're going to take a picture with the kiddos?
And Jason.
Oh, yeah. My fault. Okay, Jason, if you'll come up here, baby. No, he's good. So this is just, it says 2017 Dream Court, Muhammad and Lonnie Ali, donated by Fairway Independent Mortgage. This is for you. Come on up here. Here you go. Thank you. And Cody Code. Okay, Seve, ribbon cutting. Yes.
No, thank you, Nancy. And if I could have Chief, Mayor, Jason, John, Pat, come on up.
Guys, come on up to the ribbon. Hang on a second, baby. Here, hang on to this with us. Yeah, come on up here.
D, come on.
Come on, D.
You're not a bad point guard. Okay, so everybody look forward and smile for a picture.
Look up. Watch your hands, guys.
All right. All right, now let's have a countdown here. Ready?
Ready?
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
And where's Seve? I'm gonna make the shot.
Yeah.
Where's that ball?
So now if we could give Nancy a little bit of room, she's going to do our legendary over-the-back shot. So
Cody has it on. All right.
you can cheer her too, you know, kids, come on.
Come on, Lady Magic.
The good news is my flight doesn't leave till 4.
Come on, kids, sound effects, come on.
Boy, one to the right.
To the right a little bit. To the right a little bit.
Right?
Right.
All right.
Got this.
If you're too quiet. Oh, use the backboard?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
She does tell me that we are not leaving till she makes one too.
That's it.
How about that? Hey, I think the mayor should shoot a shot.
Yeah. Let him shoot a layup.
Like that?
Yeah, you got this.
This ball?
Any ball you want. All right, let's see what
Come on, man. You did my push-ups. You got this. You got this.
advice for
There we go. Go glass, go glass. It's glass.
Ready? Get close.
Come on.
Ready? Here we go.
Let's go. Come on, Mayor. You can do it, Mr. Mayor.
It's a regular cart.
Give me a ball, Jack.
If you can run the city, you
Not so hard. Ease
There
up.
you go, brother.
Same way. Ease up.
Ease up. You on court.
give it right back.
There you go.
All right, last chance. You got this.
Backboard. All right, man. Come on, man.
Photoshop.
All right, I tried.
And there's always Photoshop.
Cheers, guys.
Sit behind.
Good steal. Like, look at yeah. Well, who else gonna go?
This has been a Metro TV production, a public service of Louisville Metro Government.